Welcome to Out and About on the Recumbents. Let's go. Ride low. Ride recumbent. Hey, good morning. BJ and Joe Hondo out and about on the Recumbents, and it's Wednesday. Not sure what the date is, but we needed to go up to Angletech. I noticed that my rear rack on my trike here has been rubbing against my swing arm, or what they call the rear end of the trike. And so we stopped by there today to talk to them and see what maybe could be done. And as usual, gotta love the folks at Angletech. www.cycledifferent.com, because they dropped what they were doing, and Josiah took care of us. And basically what he did is he redrilled the rack extensions where they hook into the frame down by the seat, and he redrilled those and put so that way I could move the rack up a little bit. So the rack moved up and forward just a little bit. Can't go forward any more than it already is. There's no room at all, hardly. I mean, you're talking about, you know, a credit card width at best. And but yeah, so now I just need to get some silver paint. It didn't do any real damage to the swing arm or the rear end. Howdy. And but it did leave a mark on both sides of the swing arm, so I'll pick me up some silver model paint and I'll paint those over, and you won't even hardly be able to tell that it had rubbed. But we also picked up Joe a new rear light, a red light. Like I have a light that is what they call, it has an accelerometer in it, and you can take, what happens is when you slow down, the light gets brighter, you know. I mean, it doesn't pulse, but the light gets brighter as you slow down. And then it gets dimmer and uses less power, you know, when you're not stopping. Pretty nice day today. It's supposed to be to be like, you know, 60 Fahrenheit, but the breeze has come up pretty strong. I say it's now a wind, but they did talk about the possibility through at least 1 o'clock or so that we could see, you know, winds at about 20 miles an hour and then gusts up to 35. So far, haven't had any 35-mile-an-hour gusts, at least from what I can figure. But yeah, we're on the technically this is still the Shook's Run trail. I'm sorry, it's not. Blew that. And no, this is the Sinton Trail. You know, them S's. I get confused sometimes. And yeah, this is the Sinton Trail. And when we come up to the next intersection up here, we'll do a 90-degree turn to the left, and we'll be on the starting of the Foothills Trail. At least that's my understanding. Unless they consider this part up to, you know, where the Foothills Trail actually really starts. They consider this still Sinton, but I don't think so. I think once you turn here along 30th Street, this intersection is 30th Street and Garden of the Gods Road, the road that doesn't go to the Garden of the Gods, because you have to get on 30th Street here to get to the entrance to the Garden of the Gods. So yeah, so go this way, and we are now magically on the Foothills Trail. And you can kind of see why they call it the Foothills Trail. Because it's right along the foothills, and this will take you into Garden of the Gods Park itself, or it will just bypass on the outside, which is probably what we'll do today, just because it's so windy. If it wasn't windy, we might even try to do the Garden of the Gods Park, because it does have a bike lane all the way around the inner part of the park, and max speed for cars is only 20 miles an hour, so it's not terrible. Although we have a couple of times a year we have what they call motorless mornings, and you can get to ride the you know, in the park with no cars. It's just, you know, bicycles, tricycles, walkers, skateboarders, roller skate people, that type of thing. Got a little bit of an incline here. Let Jill catch up a little bit. I don't know if what level she's got hers in. I'm being a little lazy because I've got mine in level 3, because this goes constantly pretty much uphill until we get to the big downhill. And this is the older part of the Foothills Trail, you know, the old asphalt stuff. But the city did earlier or late last year, they did come up here and at least try to fill in some of these trail-wide cracks. So that really has helped quite a bit. I mean, it's not as vicious as it was. It's still rough, but it's not as vicious as it was. It's a little better. You can see just by all the stuff they did, you know, all these lines of the filler, just how bad this poor trail needs to be torn out and concreted. But it's still a lot better than it was. Just before it was absolutely brutal. Like that. That's still pretty brutal. That's why I run the Big Apples, you know, the balloon style Schwab tire. Howdy. It's because we don't have front suspension. So we only run the Big Apple. I think they can go 30 to 70, and we only run them at 40 to 42. And all the foothills here. Got a real clear day today. A lot of times this time of year, you know, you'll get what kind of looks like a clear day, but it has a bit of I don't know, fog, dust, something to it, you know. But it today's pretty nice and clear. Yeah, even as bad as that bump was, it's not as bad as it used to be. So Joe's all caught up with me now. Yeah, like I said, howdy. If you're ever in Colorado Springs and you need to have your trike or your recumbent bike looked at, I can highly recommend Angletech. We're gonna go continue on the foothills here, so we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna switch hands so I can use the other brake here. Coming through! Low bridge. Okay. This building over here belongs to the navigators. I think that's who it is. They got another building, it's a bigger one over the, you know, towards the back there. But these are all the sandstone rocks that are going into the Garden of the Gods. Passing on your left. Thank you. One more behind me. Now down this road over here is Glen Eyrie, the Glen Eyrie Castle they call it, and that's the home of the founder of Colorado Springs, General William Jackson Palmer, and he lives down there. But you have to get a you kind of have to have a reservation unless you're going with a group. If you're ever here and you want to ride in with a group, you can check with Tori at the Buffalo Lodge Bicycle Resort, because I think it's at least once a month they have a set up time to go actually go to Glen Eyrie Castle and do a tour. So might want to check with them. Otherwise, I think you can just call, you know, the Glen Eyrie Castle and get a tour time. Got a little bit of downhill here. Good morning. Passing on your left. Thank you. One more behind me. Have a good day. Okay, I'm going to kick this up one because we got a big old uphill coming here. Some nice downs. Then we got a big old up, as you can kind of see. Okay, I'm in a little too low a gear, so I gotta get to where I can spin. Joe's back there. Comes into a little valley here. And now we're heading for the entrance to the Garden of the Gods. And also, if you, from the trail, down here a little ways, if you head off onto your left, you can walk up to the Garden of the Gods Visitor Center. Pretty unique, got lots of you know, the computer generated stuff, you know, you can check on, but Howdy. Thank you. But yeah, this is very popular. Oh, we got a dog here that don't like me. Howdy. Thank you. We got they got a Segway machine tour. Looks like the folks are heading back up, so they must have been done. So yeah, you can up at the Garden of the Gods Visitor Center, you can rent an e-bike, or you can rent a electric Segway. Howdy. And there's also a really cool open bus that looks like an old howdy. Looks like an old truck, you know. Yeah, this is the entry to the Visitor Nature Center off the trail here. On the other side is the Garden of the Gods sign. I need to get in a higher gear here. Howdy. Okay. Now this trail here is a walking trail, but this is how you go underneath Gateway Road, which is how you get into the Garden of the Gods, off of 30th Street. And you can either park over by the Joe did the Olay for me, but you can park either over here in the dirt, or they've got a lot of parking passing on your left. Thank you. One more behind me. They're doing, this is the other part, the dirt parking lot I was telling you about, and you can pick up the road into the Garden of the Gods from here. But they're installing water pipes all over the Garden of the Gods because they're putting in more fire hydrants in case there's a wildfire. Because not really on this end, but on the other end, they had back several years ago, 2012 I think, they had a huge fire, and it almost made it all the way down to the Garden of the Gods. So they're trying to make it so there's more water available for fighting fires. And yeah, over there's the entrance to the Rockledge Ranch. Howdy. And it's what do you call it, one of those places where people passing on your left. Thank you. One more behind me. Have a good day. Passing on your right. Thank you. One more behind me. Yeah, that's the entrance right there to the Rockledge Ranch. They have, you know, like actor portrayal people that work there, you know, dressed in, you know, the period costume, and it's a, you know, it's an actual ranch. You know, I think that you can see, you know, horses getting shoed and stuff like that. I haven't been there in decades, so, but they do have a lot of that now. And there's a tiny little chapel over there that if you wanted to renew your vows or something, you can talk to the park and they'll do that. Okay, so we're gonna jump on 31st Street here. Yeah, it's funny because once you get to here, it's 31st Street instead of 30th Street. So, but we're gonna pick up the 31st Street bike lane. And then we're going to take this down to the Midland Trail, and then we'll head back towards downtown Colorado Springs on the Midland Trail. It's getting time where they need to do some. Well, they put this. I don't know. I can't remember what they call this stuff, but it's the pebbly asphalt. You know, they just drop it on here, and then, you know, the cars or whatever are supposed to smush it. Of course, it doesn't do that well on the bicycle lane because it doesn't get squished as much. Yeah, I can't remember what they call this stuff. Don't like it. Wish they'd just use regular pavement, but that's not how it works. Yeah, Joe's coming in behind me here. But I think when we get down here and we get stopped, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the camera until we get over to Midland Trail, because it's just, you know, a lot of traffic and everything else. So, all right. But I wanted to show you where we kind of got off the actual Foothills Trail. Okay. All right. Well, we'll pick up with you when we get back to the Midland Trail. Bye for now. Okay, we're back. We're now on the Midland Trail. We had to do a whole lot of juking and jiving to get down to Midland. We didn't realize there had more construction on the 31st Street bike lane, Pleasant Valley Road, and then our normal way once we get down here, you know, would be to go down to Nagale Road at 25th Street Nagale Road, but they're tearing out the, or I don't think they're tearing it out, but they're revamping the small little bridge there too. So it was like we had to go here and there and here and there and here and there just to be able to get back to the Midland Trail today. So it's been quite an adventure. My last two rides have been quite an adventure. The ride you'll see tonight on, well, not tonight, but it was, yeah, well, yeah, Wednesday night. I have my a video out to, I went and found a piece of the, a new section of the Sand Creek Trail. But to get over to where it was, I mean, I had to go down back access roads and new bike lanes, and then a sidewalk for quite a ways, and because there was just construction all over the place. Water pipes mostly, water or gas pipes, one of the two probably. But yeah, there's a lot of construction going around in this town right now. You know, you would think the winter would slow down, but that don't seem to slow them down much anymore. Like I said, we're on the Midland Trail, and we're heading west. I'm sorry, we're heading east, back into Colorado Springs, or, you know, downtown Colorado Springs, America the Beautiful Park. This is funny because there's a junkyard over here on to the right, and they used to have stop signs, you know, for the people on the trail. But still got the stop signs, but you still got to be careful because people kind of haul into that junkyard or haul out too. Yeah, this will end up taking us to 8th Street, where we got to cross through a busy intersection to continue on the Rock Island. Joe and I got to figure out where we're going to stop to get our afternoon tea and eat our afternoon snack. Okay, nobody here. You got to slow down because these transitions are quite rough. Oh, pardon me. Big face eating yawn. But it's now a little after 1. So we haven't been out for too long. Got about 12 miles in. And yeah. Yeah, we still got a pretty darn good breeze, but it's not bad. And it's turned into a really nice day. We haven't had to wear the fleeces. We've just got on, you know, the 3 light layers. We have a long sleeve wicking shirt, and then a wicking jersey, and then our windbreakers. So now we do have our biking tights on, just because I was told one time that until it gets to 70 degrees, you should wear long, you know, you should wear the biking tights, the long leg biking tights, because your knees don't take well to the cold. Okay, well, we're coming up on 8th Street here, and this is a long light, so I'm going to get back to you once we get over. Bye. Okay, well, we got across the intersection, and back on the Midland Trail, which will take into America the Beautiful Park, and then we'll probably head over to Shook's Run Trail, and up to Good Neighbors Meeting House, and catch us a tea and eat our sugar-free, high-protein, low-carb Think bars. But yeah, tomorrow won't be a ride. I gotta go to a doctor's appointment, and it's at 10 o'clock. And by the time I walk all the way up there and walk all the way back and everything else, you know, it's basically noon, and so it's just not, you know, really good, you know, really worth it to you know, try to get in a trike ride. So should be able to ride on Friday. Friday looks fairly nice, kind of like today, but then the weather is gonna drop like a rock, baby. It's gonna go almost all of next week until like next Thursday is in the 30s, low to mid 30s, you know. So I mean, if it's high 30s and it's sunny, we could get by with it. But if it's low, you know, the low 30s, and if it's cloudy or windy at all, that ain't gonna cut it. Okay. And we're gonna go up here and I can never remember the name of this street. It might be Kacharis, but I don't know for sure. That's part of the, you know, we were more over on the west side. We had to use Kacharis as our way to get past the bridge construction at 25th Street. So this could be Kacharis. Just, you know, this is going into downtown. As you can see the sign right there, downtown Colorado Springs. Over there, that silvery building is the Olympic Paralympic Museum. The weird spaceship, white spaceship thing is the Sky Bridge that will take you from America the Beautiful Park over to the museum. They do have a restaurant there called the Flame Cafe, and it's a little weird though, because you can't, the only credit card they will take is a Visa, and they don't take cash. Really strange. Fortunately, I mean, our credit card is a MasterCard. They won't take it. But luckily we have a our ATM cards are Visa cards, so they'll work with those, so that helps a lot. Extend this up a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna we'll get back to you later. We got to go through downtown on bike lanes and stuff, and not exactly easy to do a video when you're downtown. You kind of have to, you know, watch where you're going. So we'll get back to you. Bye. Okay, well, we made our way through downtown, and I had a bit of a catastrophe. We were going along the Weber Street bike lane, and a piece of styrofoam, you know, the real thin stuff, came flying off, and or flying, you know, because of the wind, and got caught up in my rear derailleur. So we had to peel that out of there. That was no fun, but with Joe's help, got that all done. So we got through downtown. Now we're on Shook's Run. This is the spur that takes you up to Pikes Peak Avenue, and that brings you down to Shook's Run, so they kind of consider that part of it. But yeah, that was not much fun. I mean, it really got caught up in my rear derailleur. It took me, probably 20 minutes, half an hour to finally get it all out of there. Thank goodness Joe noticed it right away, because otherwise it probably would have bent my derailleur. Or, you know, bent the derailleur arm at least. Or the mount. Yeah, the derailleur mount. But, she saw it right away, so, and I stopped, so. Yeah, flying debris. It's the only bad, you know, the bad thing about a trike, especially my trike, is that it's very low to the ground. Not as low as, you know, like the racing trikes, but it's pretty darn low. This guy doesn't look like he's going to stop it. Thank you. Anytime soon. But so I'll bounce up here. Yeah, it's really nice they carved this down so it's not howdy. It's not near as bad a transition as it used to be, because it was a good, you know, like inch high or more, so you really had to bounce over it. But yeah, we're back on the Shook's Run, or Legacy Loop Trail, whatever you want to call it. Passing on your left. Thank you. One more behind me. But yeah, so we're like I said, on the Shook's Run Trail, Legacy Loop Trail, and we're heading over to Good Neighbors Meeting House. Have our afternoon snack and catch an iced tea, our snack bar. And so that's probably where we'll go ahead and end it, because the ride from the from Good Neighbors back, well, I mean, it's not too bad because we can use the trail. So but I don't have a whole lot of recording time left. Now, for those of you that are new, well, I'm not having a real good day. My walkie-talkie just fell out of my bag for some weird reason. It was clipped in. I don't understand it. No, it's this one. This one. I must have tagged it when I was getting out or something.
No, I think when you pulled that thing off before it got caught in your derailleur, I think that's where.
Oh, okay.
It made it pop up.
Okay. So I'm gonna let Joe go ahead, and I'm gonna. Yeah. So what I want you to do is go down past the park there, you know, past the actual basketball court, and then stop, and I'll give you a test. Gonna do a radio check here. Make sure my radio didn't die. They're pretty tough.
Power on. 9.
Give Joe a minute to get past the basketball court there. Make sure this is still working. Okay, that looks pretty good. Oh. Woodstock to Wild Thing, Woodstock to Wild Thing. How do you read?
Wild Thing to Woodstock.
Woodstock to Wild Thing. I read you 5 by 5. On my way. Okay, well, I didn't mean to give you that nose nostril shot. Sorry about that. My walkie-talkie's still working good, so we don't use them as much as we used to, because for a long time I didn't have e-assist and Joe did, and you know, she kind of power ahead of me in places, so that was my way of letting her know to hold up or something. But it's a good thing to have, you know, just in case, you know, I get a flat tire, or like, you know, get thin styrofoam wrapped up in my styrofoam wrap wrapped up in my rear derailleur, and she'd have to, and she was way ahead, so she could come back, you know. So and we paid very little for them. They're ArcLight AR5s, and I think we paid with the optional microphones. So we got the optional hand mics for both of them, and I think the whole system, you know, the two walkie-talkies, the chargers, the thank you.
Okay, I'm on a leisure walk, lunch break.
Have a good day.
You too.
But yeah, we got these walkie-talkies from Amazon, and even with the optional mics, it came out to about, you know, $40. So and we've had them for a while now, and they've been really good, and I've dropped mine a couple times because our we have the side mount bag, You know, basically a handlebar bag, but it's got a bar that comes off the side so you can mount it. And my handlebar bag has passing on your left. Passing on your right. Got a leaf blower guy here. He's not going to be able to hear us. One great thing about the trikes is we can go as slow as he can. I still don't think he's seen us. But yeah, one nice thing about Shook's Run trails, they have several little parks along the trail. You know, places with swing sets and that kind of stuff, so you could, you know, if your kids are riding with you, you know, drop them off. Well, not drop them off, but, you know, give them a place to stretch and play a little bit. And, the only bad thing about it is no restrooms. Colorado Springs, in their infinite wisdom, you know, put a park up, but don't give a restroom, you know. Just really crazy. I mean, at least a porta potty, you know, something. All right, over the bridge here. Bridge of locks. I don't know why people put locks up here, but they do. They had a memorial over here, but they took it down. That's kind of sad. Memorial to a young child. Passing on your left. Thank you. Yeah, we're still waiting for him to finish the new crossing light up over here to get across Uinta Street. Passing on your left. Thank you. So I know I'm getting pretty low, so just you know, give you guys the old motto: it's enough to be on your way, it's enough just to cover ground, it's enough to be moving on, which is what we try to do as much as possible, because if you ain't moving, you're dying. Especially when you get, you know, you get to 70 years old, you got to move. You got to move as much as you can. And some days you don't want to move, but you got to push it. Make yourself, you know, take a walk, ride a bike, you know, go to the gym, whatever you got to do, but you need to, you know, you need to keep moving. Now, we understand if you don't like gyms, because we don't like gyms. Joe and I are not gym rats, okay? We do exercises at home every morning, and we, you know, we ride our trikes when we can, and then we have a exercise, recumbent style exercise bicycle at our apartment. And if nothing else, if the weather's really bad, we'll do that. Or we'll go for a walk, you know. It's not really terrible outside. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of younger people that are driving now that don't understand what a hand signal it looks like. Let this older gentleman go by, dear. And yeah, so sometimes they kind of look at you in disgust, you know, like, well, what are you doing? It's like, well, I'm giving you a hand signal, and they don't know what's going on. So you kind of have to be a little patient with people, which is harder and harder to do. This is the intersection we're waiting for them to finish. They got the lights up and everything, but I guess they're still trying to synchronize it with the light that we turned at off of El Paso Street, and somehow they're hooking the two together, and I don't quite understand it. Because this one is going to have an actual stoplight, so they really don't need to hook it together. But they're doing something. They're supposed to coordinate with each other. So maybe what it does is if you hit the crosswalk light here, it also turns it red up at the regular intersection. So now that would be good, because then you don't have. But you still got to worry about. In Colorado, they have the turn right on red law, and you know, that's a right turn off of El Paso, you know, on one side, to be able to you know, head towards head west on Uena. Hello. So yeah, so we're just about to good neighbors. So I want to go ahead and say thanks for coming along for the ride. And if you're new, welcome. If you're one of our subscribers, hey man, we really appreciate it. We're up over 400. I think we're pretty close to 450. So maybe we'll make 500 someday. That'd be kind of cool. All right. So from BJ and Joe Ondo, out and about on the recumbents. We hope you guys are getting in some rides wherever you are. And hey, if you got your own YouTube site, let me know, and so I can subscribe to you too. All right, 6 Run Trail and Park here, and good neighbors, and we're gonna roll into our spot here. Well, we can't. We have to roll into this spot because somebody's stuck a scooter in there. I don't know if Joe... Yeah, I think she gave me enough room. Yeah, I got you. Hold on, let me come up a bit. Okay. Oh yeah, I got all kinds of room. I'm good. I'll go back a little bit. All right, so until we see you next time, happy trails. Bye.